About the Second Amendment. Well, a well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. Yeah, every truther that is awake and what's going on, if you have no convicted, no criminal convictions on your record, no felonies, you should have even AK-47, AR-15, or some sort of other semi-auto weapon. The people that run this country, not really Trump or Kamala, they're both garbage. They're oligarch masters. Yeah, most of them are Jews too. Don't be fooled. Don't cry anti-Semitism. Don't cry that garbage. Most of them are Jews. They don't want you to. They don't even want you to have a slingshot if it was really up to them. Totally up to them. The Second Amendment of the Constitution says we have the right to bear arms. We have a right to have a militia in case of government tyranny. This country's going to shits. There's no such thing as common sense gun laws. That's bullshit too, man. Remember, those are the same people that wanted you to take that COVID jab. The same. You want them to dictate to you what kind of weapons you can have? The same scumbags that try to have you killed? I mean, Trump isn't pro 2A either, man. He banned bump stocks. There's no 3D chess. I'm gonna play a clip to remind you what Trump said, too.
Alright, guys, it looks like our gas tube walked out up here. That was 240s, 530s, and a 75 round drum.
Sandy Hook, too, was bullshit. Sandy Hook was set up to take weapons away from people. There was a video of, I'm trying to think of this guy who's in the Obama administration. I'm trying to think what the hell the guy's name is. He's like a light-skinned black guy. I'm trying to think what the hell his name is. But there's a video clip of him stating that we have to brainwash the public to be against guns, and that's how we will remove guns. I'm trying to think what the hell that guy's name is. I'll look for the video of him. And I'll add that to this video. I'll add the clip of him if I can find it. I should be able to find it, but
allowed that front end to walk a bit enough to where you can see it just.
Because once they take away, they're not gonna just. Once they take away your AR-15 away, they're not gonna just stop there. They're gonna try to take your handguns or your rifles or even your slingshots next one. They forced you to take a COVID jab, and you all sat back there and did nothing, man. All these you did nothing, man. You didn't even stand up to these scumbags. Trump, I like taking the guns early. Take the firearms first and then go to court.
Sick of being silenced? The $10,000 no shadow banning guarantee. Join the platform that supports your voice.
The focus is to literally give families and give local law enforcement additional tools if an individual is reported to be a potential danger to themselves or others. Allow due process so that no one's rights are trampled, but the ability to go to court, obtain an order, and then collect not only the firearms, but any weapons in the possession of that individual.
Or might take the firearms first and then go to court, because that's another system. Because a lot of times, by the time you go to court, it takes so long to go to court, To get the due process procedures, I like taking the guns early, like in this crazy man's case that just took place in Florida. He had a lot of firearms. They saw everything. To go to court would have taken a long time. So you could do exactly what you're saying, but take the guns first, go through due process second.
What?
Or Mike, take the firearms first and then go to court. Take the guns first, go through due process second.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Or Mike, take the firearms first and then go to court. Take the guns first, go through due process second.
America first, huh? Patriot, huh? Trump is a Zionist. He's in debt to the Rothschilds. He owes them favors. Presidents is a powerless position anyway. It's bullshit, man. Trump is not our guy.
Senator Kamala Harris says if she becomes president, she will take what her campaign calls executive action to combat gun violence. She made those comments during a CNN town hall Monday night. Here's some of what she said.
Upon being elected, I will give the United States Congress 100 days to get their act together and have the courage to pass reasonable gun safety laws. And if they fail to do it, then I will take executive action. And specifically what I will do is put in place a requirement that for anyone who sells more than 5 guns a year, they are required.
Executive action. I think the last one to do that was Bill Clinton, when he banned semi-auto weapons for 10 years, from 1994 to 2004. That's what this evil cunt says she's gonna do. Just like Bill Clinton.
To do background checks when they sell those guns. I will require that for any gun dealer that breaks the law, the ATF take their license. And by the way, ATF, alcohol, tobacco, and firearms. Well, the ATF has been doing a lot of the A and the T, but not much of the F. And we need to fix that. And then...
A bunch of sheep clapping for this cunt.
On the third piece, because none of us have been sleeping over the last 2 years, part of what has happened under the current administration is they took fugitives off the list of prohibited people. I put them back on the list, meaning that fugitives from justice should not be able to purchase a handgun or any kind of weapon.
She is a Marxist cunt, Zionist cunt. But Trump isn't any better. I don't think he's any better. I think the whole thing is staged and rigged anyway. Alright, the guy I just thought of now, his name was Eric Holder. I'm going to play that video for you.
Now, this is not going to be something that's very easy to do. We just have to be repetitive about this. And what we need to do is change the way in which people think about guns and make it something that's not cool, that it's not acceptable, it's not hip to carry a gun anymore. In the way in which we've changed our attitudes about cigarettes. You know, when I was growing up, people smoked all the time. I mean, both my parents did. But over time, we changed the way in which people thought about smoking, and so now we have people who cower outside of buildings and kind of smoke in private and don't want to admit it. And that's what I think we need to do with guns, really change the way in which people think about guns. Now, this is not going to be something that's very easy to do. We need to get really innovative, creative things that are going to grab the attention of these kids and change, as I said, the way in which they think about guns. And so what I've asked is that the creative community in Washington, those ad agencies that create these snappy ads and make me buy things that I don't really need, devote that talent in a more constructive way so we can get at the minds of these young people. This informational campaign, I've also called on the newspapers and the television stations to devote to us time and space. I've also asked people who have influence over youngsters, entertainers, athletes, to be involved in this program as well. But not only them, community leaders. people who have credibility with young people should be on the television, on the radio, as much as we possibly can, and telling these youngsters that it's wrong to carry a gun, and that if you have information about people who are carrying guns, you've got to share that. I've also asked the school board to make a part of every day some kind of anti-violence, anti-gun message. Every day, every school, at every level. One thing that I think is clear with young people and with adults as well is that we just have to be repetitive about this. It's not enough to simply have a catchy ad on a Monday and then only do it every Monday. We need to do this every day of the week and just really brainwash people into thinking about guns in a vastly different way. And just really brainwash people into thinking about guns in a vastly different way. And just really brainwash people into thinking about guns in a vastly different way. Now, this is not going to be something that's very easy to do. We just have to be repetitive about this and just really brainwash people into thinking about guns in a vastly different way.
For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places.